Hi guys, I'm Paul, the London cab driver. You join me on my channel here where I talk about my journey of weight loss whilst taking Mounjaro. If you're new, then welcome. And if you come back, then thank you so much for coming back. So happy Sunday everybody, it's the 24th of August. We're another few days closer to the D-Day, the 1st of September. But I feel like we know more now than we did last time I spoke to you. There's a big announcement from MedExpress, which I'm sure everybody got. I don't know if everyone's worked out their numbers and things from there, but I had a quick look at it and it didn't seem anything like as bad as what we were told it was going to be. So that's got to be a good thing, isn't it? If you look at the small doses, the 2.5 milligram, they're actually going to hold their prices as they are until their stocks run out, £149. And they're saying once the stock runs out, well, they're saying the new price will be going up £20, yeah? But we're guessing that's when their current stock runs out and they're having to buy a new lot of stock. So that will go up to £179, which it's painful, but it's not terrible. But at the upper end of the scale, the 15 milligram pen, like the top end of the scale, is going to be going up from about £200 to 310 roughly, which is a 55% increase. Nothing like the 170% they said first of all. So, you know, yes, 55% is still massive. It makes a huge difference to lots of people. But when you analyse it down, that's £110 over 4 weeks. 4 weeks, 55, what's that, £27.50 a week extra. Now, that's if you're using the pen in the way they want you to, as in 4 doses of 15 milligrams. Now, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm hoping to get a 15 milligram pen soon, and I'll be short dosing it. Like I told you before, my plan is, if I can, if it works for me, and I'm determined to make it work for me, is to stay on 5 milligrams a week. So splitting those, so 2.5 one day and 3 days later the other 2.5. So in effect 5 milligrams a week. Now, if I can get my hands on a 15 milligram pen at some point, that means I should be able to get, with the golden dose as well, hopefully, if I've done my maths correctly, 15 doses from that 15 milligram pen. Because if I do it with the golden dose, which we all talk about doing, you're looking at 5 doses. Now, I'm only taking a third of that, so a third of 15 means basically I've got another 3 times that 5. So that sounds like crazy sums. But the actual sums are working out that you can have 15 doses from your 15 milligram pen if you're actually only on 5 milligrams a week. Now, lots of numbers are coming at you there. I apologise for that. It's a crazy number thing, but you know, I don't know how else we can, I can tell you about it. Okay, in other news, today, as you know, I said to you earlier, is Sunday. Sunday for me is weigh-in day, and I had another bit of good news today. Hopped on the scales. I'm able to hop on now because I'm not as heavy as I was before, so that's all good. And I am another 2 pounds lighter, and for me this time it takes me below 16 stone, and I am now 15 stone 13. 15-13. It's tremendous. It feels like a good thing. Everything's going the right direction. I'm over the moon about that. So that takes me from 225 pounds old money to 223 pounds, if I've done my sums right, with my starting point at 250. So down 27 pounds now. I'm 1 more pound off from going to the 2 stone mark. So very exciting, very happy with that. it's a great start to the Sunday. So I was very pleased about that this morning. I could keep talking about my weight loss all day long because I'm so happy about it. But what I'm going to do now, it's going to be a short video today. So I'm going to quickly show, if you're interested in this next bit, great. It's going to be a short clip of in London that I took yesterday on Saturday morning. So I was watching out for dogs. I had one chase me the other day. They don't like me talking to myself. So I took a short clip yesterday when I was in London around Notting Hill. This was the day before the carnival. It happens every year. People who live in London will know all about it, and probably people from the UK would know about it. But people around the rest of the world probably wouldn't know what happens. Basically, it's a big street parade that takes place right in the centre of London in some of the most expensive houses and flats of London. Now, if you own one of these expensive houses, it's not always what you want. So I'll show you that now. You have a look at my little video from the day before and see what actually happens. So as you can see, it's lovely up here. Beautiful place, but once a year, over the August bank holiday, it gets turned into this, with all boardings put up against the people's doors. They basically have their homes taken away from a weekend. Everybody that lives here goes away for the weekend because it's Notting Hill, and this weekend is Notting Hill Carnival. And basically, if the people don't do this, then the lovely carnival goers treat their front gardens as if they're urinals, which is awful, you know. But if you look at these properties, how big they are and beautiful they are, it's an absolutely beautiful place around here. Anyway, I thought I'd just let you see this while I'm here, have a little quick catch up, because it is something different. Obviously, if you're a Londoner, it's not different, you'd know what it's like. But if you're from outside of London, this is what you get. So there's only a little short glimpse of London, but I thought you might like to see it, you know, see what happens here once a year. All the streets in this area, which go for about 2 to 3 square miles, get decorated the same with these boardings outside. We've got lots of wonderful parks in central London, and you do wonder why the carnival doesn't get put in the park where the people can stay there and party all day and party all night. But it's just been tradition that it's always been in Notting Hill for many years now, so they carry on doing it here. Maybe one day it might get moved to the park. Okay, right, I'll hand you back now to Paul, wherever he is, in the woods or wherever he might be today. Thanks for watching this bit. See you soon. So tell me, what do you think? Would you like to own one of those £1 million properties and have to move out every year just for some people to go and bang some drums and fill your garden with all sorts of things you don't want in your garden? Let me know in the comments. For me, it's a no. Not that I could afford one anyway, but it's a no. This week, since I last spoke to you, there seems to be still a big influx of tourists in London, which is great for me. Helps me to pay for my holiday, which is nice. And they're all here having a fabulous time. Again, still lots of Americans, but this time nobody there thought I was Australian. I even actually asked a couple, do you think I'm Australian? And they said no, which was great. Met a lovely group yesterday from Texas, and they were saying our streets are quite small and narrow because they're used to having these huge roads back home, and they are very lucky because London roads are very narrow, and I'm very envious of them. And they were telling me that they're on the way out for a boat trip today. I say a boat trip, they're going on a cruise, we call it, but I called it a boat trip then. Going from Southampton all the way around the coast, so they're seeing the whole of the UK. And I'm very envious because there's lots of things in the UK I've not seen before. So, you know, very envious of that. I managed to upset a couple of my American friends last week by not talking that nicely about people that I'd picked up in my taxi. That was never the intention. I love the people from the States entertain me with their thoughts and things. So if I did upset anybody, big apologies. I want to tell you one more thing about the taxi, just one more thing. Yeah, so this will appeal to the British viewers more than it will to people from outside the UK. I picked up 6 ladies in their early part of their life, the same as me, in their sort of 50-ish sort of range, and they were from Yorkshire. Now they all jumped in, said where they were going, which is great, and they started talking. This was about an hour-long journey that I was in my taxi for, and they did not stop talking the whole time. It was fabulous. When we got to the other end to drop them off, I said to them, "Thank you so much for your entertainment." And they said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, it's been like having an episode of Coronation Street in the back of my cab. It was great, you know." I think we had Deirdre Barlow and all the others are all there just for my amusement, so it was really good. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, so my lovely wife Rose said to me, "Why would people watch you and watch Gordon the Fat Old Climber?" Well, she actually called him Gordon, she didn't say the Fat Old Climber. And I said to her, for reasons is this, yeah? If you think of us like a TV programme, Gordon is very precise and factual. He'd put you on par, I think, with a programme like the News at 10 or maybe Panorama. You know what you're getting. It's straightforward, precise, accurate information. And I said, and me, I'm more like maybe This Morning, or even Tiswas, if you go back that far. No, not Tiswas, just This Morning, where yes, you get a bit of entertainment, but you get the facts as well. But the facts might be a little bit blurred around the edges, but you know, you do get the facts. So we're very different. I can watch both programs, and hopefully other people can too. So that's why both of us get watches, get views. Well, that's my theory anyway. What do you think? And that's about all I've got for you at the minute. I wanted to sort of talk to you about the Med Express business and everything else, but I'm not going to keep you for hours today. This is a very short one. So thank you for joining me, and I'll catch up with you in the week.